Hey y'all, so I'm back, and let's just ignore the fact that I totally failed Inktober. That the video you saw of my first project was the only project I actually finished for it. And here I am doing holiday postcards instead, as kind of home warming, address update, or announcement postcards. And I did manage to get these out the day after Christmas, so look at me go. But there's other holidays, and currently I think I'll be uploading this before the first of the new year, so I definitely got them out in time for hopefully a new year delivery. We'll see. And so I decided to do the last few on camera, and I had originally done this entire 4-minute live real-time kind of walkthrough of all my products before I even started. And it was just too long. I can talk about my products in this amount of time. It helps, especially if I don't know what I'm talking about. But I did start this with a lot of upcycled products. So you saw my card base is actually from some dollar store purchases for these brush markers, and you can see those in the upper left corner, and they're really beautiful. I like that they're a little bit softer than the one Tombow I've bought to try to attempt to work on my brush lettering. And I do apologize if you hear the noise from out my front door of my new place. I got a studio in Baltimore, and finally things are kind of coming together. I've had a hard year. I think the whole world has, really. And I'm looking forward to 2019. And I love my new place. It's beautiful and wonderful, but it's a very loud street that I live in front of. So I hear people all the time. People like to loiter, and that's fine. It actually doesn't bother me very much. I kind of like that city noise, but I hated people staying outside my dorm room talking. So I don't know how I'm able to stand this. It just somehow is working, and I'm not going to question it too much because I don't really want to get annoyed that people are howling. And then I have this craft CVS bag, and I've been using that because why buy craft paper when you can upcycle it? And it's a little crumpled, so it gives this nice handmade collage piece to it. And I had started the video, I think that cut may have been where I stopped the camera because I was switching to that glue stick. I had to go dig it out of stuff I still haven't unpacked and put away. And I realized mid-moment, here I am wanting to upcycle these cards, and yet I'm using double-sided tape and the plastic coating. And why am I doing that? Because of convenience, because it does stick well, because a glue stick can be a pain in the ass. Cool, but that's not the best environmental choice. It's not the best empathetic choice. And so I stopped the camera, I got up, I did the thing, and switched over. And that worked pretty well. So I have these beautiful Pep and Press sticker books that I've showed on my channel before, and I end up pulling a lot of labels and different stickers out to make these cards. And I have the Japan style and the natural history out. I need to pull out my Art Nouveau piece. And then this little penguin is actually from a really cute sticker book from Daphne's Diary, and I had gotten that while I was abroad in Germany because I didn't really like the magazine that was available to buy, and I just thought it's cute, it's beautiful, but I don't think it'll be as useful as I want it to be. And then I saw the sticker book, and it was cheaper, and I thought, you know what, some of these are really cool. But I struggle because they're still cutesy, and that's hard to fit for me to make work. So I tried to really embrace the holiday season because there were quite a few more holiday themed stickers in that book. I did end up buying it in, I think, fall still, but So that was around. I love that little penguin. Those are sticker sheets that I've also used previously that I got while I spent my March break in Brooklyn with my first year roommates. One of them is from there, and we had a great time visiting. She took us to Chelsea Market, which I think was the first time for both of us. And she also took me and the other roommate into like one of her favorite stores there, which is the bookstore called The Strand. And so that's the secret spot where we got the stickers. But I've seen them in other places as well. And I will tag the maker, or I'll explain the maker in the comments, and then, you know, feel free to go back to other videos where I use them too, and you can see other ways that I've done it. This is my third Postcross with me video, so I like to hand make and collage my own postcards and my own mail, and it's a good little exercise, especially with all these upcycled materials, because, you know, you should reduce your consumerism as much as you can, and then you know, reuse when you can, and upcycle, and that's a great chance to get that aesthetic point in. So I could reuse the paper bag, you know, just as a bag, or I can use it for art, and that's another use and a little more aesthetic, or aesthetically pleasing than, say, my, you know, just a brown paper bag, when I have other reusable cloth bags that work better and are stronger. But you could do the same thing with, I was recently sharing on my Instagram stories, where I had gotten a big bag of, those like scent beads for my bathroom. And I realized, you know, like that's a better deal because I'm not getting the plastic container all the time. And there's only so many plastic containers that you need in your kitchen to use for leftovers, or you know, to contain things in your craft room or whatever, right? Like you only need so many containers. But I was like, oh, if I get the big bag, then I can recycle the bag, and then, you know, after I'm done using them, however many months that takes, and then I can just make my own little like smell jar, essentially. And I had a plastic container that I had a clear bottom. It was for blue cheese, so you could see the color of the beads because I had bought them to kind of go with my bathroom theme. And because I'm an adult, like I can do that kind of stuff now. I can try to theme and have color coordination, and, you know, really get into that. So I'm trying with this new apartment. And anyway, so I'm doing that with my bathroom. I want to go like super high femme with pinks and corals and peaches, and then like little pops of light lavender or lilac color. So I got lavender scent beads, and you can see them, but then I just poked holes in the top of the container so that, you know, the scent would come out, and similar to what you would buy it in. And how simple was that? And like, you know, that's what I mean. And what I'll end up doing though, with another container I had originally thought about for sour cream, is you can collage and Mod Podge. So like, why don't we do that more often? Why do we spend our money at Target or Walmart or wherever buying all of these other containers? So I try to switch to glass when I can, and I recently had that conversation with myself about buying oil for my kitchen. Yes, it's a little cheaper to get a plastic container of oil, but you know what? It's not cheaper for the earth. It takes so long. I really want to get plastic out of my life, and I'm trying really, really hard to do it where I can, and to really think about when I'm buying plastic, do I need to? And you know, how useful is this? All those different questions. And I've already done a couple cards. This is a quick process, and I've talked for most of the video not about anything I've been doing, but again, it's just, I put the little label, I cover up the writing and the roughed edges, so I have that wide washi I got from Wish, and I love these. And in the very beginning, I opened a new one that I had basically forgotten about, or had fallen to the bottom of my bag. I thought I had more, but then I thought, 5 or 6, who knows. And so that was like that really pretty orange and green one. But I love all of these. And so I tried to kind of split them up and think about the person to put that kind of energy into, who am I making this for? Like, I want to individualize this and not just make them and then write a name on them, but, you know, kind of put in little touches. So for my dad, I did like a crow label sticker, and part of the reason why is when we walked around California and I was growing up, there were a lot of crows, and it's one of my favorite animals and birds. And it was always one for my dad as well, and he used to talk to them. So he used to caw at them, and they would talk back, and that was so cool. So when I saw that in my sticker book, I was like, all right, I know what I have to do. This is the choice to make. And that was really cool. And here I'm fiddling. I'm like, oh, which one? I don't know. And then I use the craft to have like good places to write their address. I use the label for mine because that's fun and it can be a little fancier. But when it comes to whatever the Postal Service actually needs to look at, I try to be as clear as I can because I'm so paranoid about lost mail. And so here you see one of the holiday pages of stickers, and I love that cute little deer. And so some of this is really not my style, and I felt like being on camera made everything look worse and all of my choices be worse. Like, I feel like I enjoyed the product of all the other ones that I made. And I've shared a sneak peek, a fan of them when I mailed them out on my Instagram, so you can see them there. And then at the end of the video, I'll also put some close-ups, and you'll get to see them all laid out together, because I took those right after I finished filming this and making these, which was kind of cool to do. And then, yeah, so that's why I did craft for this one. I used that planet washi from MT, which I love, on almost every single one to cover up the top edge, and then I just collaged over it, so it was sort of relevant but also not. And in some ways I kept thinking like, oh, is this the best choice? But I wanted to stop thinking, and again, I deliberate a lot in this video, and I feel like I had more trouble, maybe because I haven't filmed in so long. But, you know, I'm trying with 2019 to really make time for the things that I want to do and what my goals are, to actually, you know, focus on me. And so I'll be trying to share a lot more of my projects and my process in doing them and being accountable for that. So, you know, if you're watching this for the first time or you're paying attention to notifications, thanks for tuning in, of course, and, you know, definitely give me feedback, or just let me know some of your own personal thoughts and your own process, because I just love the engagement of having like an art Instagram, and I love being able to speak with some of my favorite creators on their social media and to watch their process. And I just find it to be such an inspiring and really cool community. So I really want to make an effort to be more involved and to put myself out there as well. So, you know, if it helps you or you enjoy it, that's awesome. That's the whole point. So, I'm getting toward the end of all of these, and let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything I ignored to think about mentioning, which you probably watched, and then we're like, cool, she's not going to address it all. But this was a really simple process. I just lettered the, you know, addresses out. I wrote Happy Holidays in like a color coordinated marker because the space was too small. I had started out when I first started making these at work, because I work as a call center representative, and I have a lot of time to kind of do things with my hands, so I end up coloring a lot. But I found with this really simple collage like idea, I could actually do a lot of these at work. So I think it took me about 2 days at work, and then I did this video, and that was it. Well, I did a little bit of work at home, but not very long either time. And I had these, I think, let's see, it's like Mother Mary and Baby Jesus on stamps, the holiday edition, and threw those on every single one, got through almost a book of stamps, which was cool. it's good to be productive and send them out. So that's it. This was really simple, but I had a lot of fun making them, and I thought if you aren't thinking about doing this yourself, definitely do. It's cool. You get all this like cardboard packaging for all different types of items, and you can use it. Like, you don't have to go and buy anything, and here's another way besides junk journals. So thanks for tuning in, and like I said, comment if you like, subscribe if you like, and otherwise I'll see you around. Bye-bye.